So the Romans ruled the world, destroyed themselves. Now here's the big part. The Roman Empire did not fall by invasion, it fell by disintegration. Disintegration means it fell apart like a piece of cake that just broke up in little pieces. That's how the Roman Empire fell apart. All you just broke up, and what happened was everybody scrambled for power, and the result was many little kingdoms instead of one kingdom, many little kingdoms. Let me give you some of the name: Teresa, Franco, Cheyenne, Belia. This Kingdom of the Romans, Anglo kingdoms of the Romans, Pugu kingdoms of the Roman Empire, often known as these kingdoms in English: Francois, Belgium, and France, Belgium. Belg, the Portuguese, Porco, Anglo, Span. They're all kingdoms. They are all Romans. They are all Romans. So their psyche, their mentality ingrained. We were chosen by the gods to rule anybody who don't have our traits. They were chosen by the gods to be our servants and our slaves. They are not complete divine beings like us. We are superior. So the French and the Spanish and the Portuguese and the British Anglo call them England. They decided to expand their kingdoms, so they came to Africa and the Caribbean, and we call it colonization. Therefore, coming to Africa and bringing slaves over as goods was simple, which is why the big nose, big lip, dark skin, massive head, and black eyes may be attributed to colonization, which is the expansion of Greek leadership ideology. I found 1 million servants, they say, so they come to the West, they establish their plantations, whether it is Carolina, or Florida, or Louisiana, or the Bahamas, or Jamaica, or Barbados, or St. Kitts, or St. Thomas, or St. Lucio, or Guyana, or Mexico. They had their plantations, and they couldn't use the people they met here. They killed them out with disease, and so they went and found some divine slaves chosen by the gods to work the ground, and they bought them over on ships, and the first ones to bring them was the Portuguese. The Portuguese told the British, we found some people to work the farms, and the British say, where you got them from? They follow us, and they went to the southwest coast of Africa, and then the French found out. The French say, oh, let's go get some too, and then the Spanish says, oh, let's get some too, and everybody said, dashing for divine slaves. Remember, divine means you were chosen by the gods. It's not racism, it's leadership philosophy that is in the psyche of the system. Oh, I am here, you are here, some of you of my pigmentation, and millions of us here in the region, because of a leadership philosophy. That's how important leadership is. If the blind lead the blind, we were being led, and they convinced you. Matter of fact, if you read the writings of the oppressor, they wrote things like this. They read the Bible on you. They said, now you must be good slaves, and they gave us Jesus. You wonder why. The black Muslims and people like that rose up because they even use Jesus as part of manipulation. Jesus said you must be nice slaves, then you'll go to heaven. If you go to heaven, you'll get robe and shoes. You can't get them now because we ain't giving you none, but you get them and you get heaven. So now we so the slave. And then the farm starts singing, I got a shoe, Mystery. You got a shoe, all of God's children got a shoe, but I ain't going to get mine until I go to heaven. I'll walk all over sea. In other words, you get yours now, Master. I can get mine and I get to heaven. All of that is brainwashing. Those songs that we used to glory and call Negro spiritual, you need to read the words of those songs. They are strong songs of conversion for your mind to make sure you never rise above. I used to sing them, so don't look at me funny. I was born in a little town called Bantown that was a village of slaves. I'm trying to show you where leadership problems come from. So for 394 years, they ruled these islands, and they made all of us believe you were born to clean my house, you were created to plant my corn, you were sent by God to wash my clothes and cook for my children. And so there we were stuck in the back room. Oh, by the way, you ain't got no charisma, so you must be seen and not heard. You see, that's part of the system. So you're supposed to work, but no one's supposed to see you. And so the little slave walk around the house cooking, and and they supposed to be around when master friends see the whole thing. Psych. That's why some of you all timid. You are so timid today, and you think you're cool. Timidity was taught. That is why when a man of my pigmentation speaks up, it makes them nervous because you ain't behaving. Some of you wonder why they thought Martin Luther King was a problem because he was a black man talking loud. You ain't supposed to talk loud. Stay in your southern church, which is a half church with a stained glass window, and shout by yourself. Don't come out here and tell us that we are wrong. That was the problem. It was a leadership problem. Telling Miss Rosa Parks that she is in the wrong seat was very natural for them. You don't understand why you say that you don't believe in prejudice. In this way, the culture has conditioned its members. You are not supposed to sit here, but I am a human being, and you are not a complete human being. The gods have instructed us to sit at the back, and they say that this is a divine duty. The reason I am saying this is because there is a reason that is still present in the Bahamas. No matter how many schools you attend, how many degrees you earn, or how much you believe you know, when you return, they tell you that you are just a smart slave. It is a leadership mentality. Now you understand why Mill is so angry. He said, "You see why I hate oppression, because I have the truth. I love everybody. I like everybody. You know I like everybody. But don't you ever imagine that you are more than I am? Audio, and oh, you believe that you are more capable. I will draw a line, cross that, and it will be a be-down conversation. You are not aware of that. If you fall, draw a line, and that will indicate that the fight will begin.